All right, well, that was a rush. The storm that we hoped for came.
We still essentially only had this one day to get it done.
We got the uniforms, we got the actors, we've got the crew, we've got the castle, we have everything, but the weather can absolutely annihilate all of that work. We're gonna have to take about a 2-hour break.
We just arrived at Uhuburg and we found out that we only have about 6 hours until a big storm is coming that's going to completely interrupt the shoot. So our shoot time just got cut in half.
Day 2 is we're shooting this thing. It doesn't matter what the weather's gonna do, we gotta get it done because that's the day that we are here to film. That's what we budgeted for, was a day, and so we had to get it all in. So the idea with that was to start with the biggest scenes and the biggest shots first. And so we actually kind of filmed, we filmed in reverse, aside from we went and got our shot of our trumpeter at the very first because he was the first one in costume. So we knocked his shot out super quick, but then everything else we just shot it in reverse. So we knew our biggest scene is gonna be with everyone in it. We had some background actors, and so we wanted to be able to utilize them, but we also didn't want them just sitting around in a costume all day long. For over 100 years, APCU has treated our members like royalty. Join today. APCU, you don't have to be a royal to become a member. You just have to be alive and a human. Join today. That's my favorite one. I wrote that one and laughed at myself. And so the energy is gonna be for over 100 years. You know, it's like, yeah, woo!
Well, George is an extremely talented director, and he's one of the most fun, energy-filled people that I've ever been around when it comes to this kind of thing.
Windy, windy. Windy, windy. You are just gonna continue walking. So you're gonna start about right here and you just walk. I want you to start speaking before you turn. So, or as you're turning. It's almost like you're remembering, oh yeah, everyone's welcome.
He knows exactly how to pull the emotion out of somebody that he needs. And especially for this, his comedy style fits so well with what we're doing, the Dumb and Dumber, Monty Python vibe of the humor that we're going for. And he gives everybody a good vibe on the set. Everybody is really happy to be there. I feel like they are energized by his energy.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. I try my best to lead by example. And so if I want an environment to be a fun, happy environment, I'm gonna show up fun and happy. So my directing style is absolutely to make everyone feel comfortable, make them know that I'm just a goofball who I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm really good at pretending like I know what I'm doing. What you doing on the floor for? What you doing on the floor for? What you doing? But I just come in with confidence and I'm just, hey, what's up? How you doing? I'm so excited to be here. Are you excited? Like I said though, man, I just want to lead by example and just have a good time, because at the end of the day, we are all so fortunate and so blessed that we even get to do this for a living. Why wouldn't you be happy? Yeah, the thing is these doors are gonna shut. Yeah, we need to get all of this done.
This is me vlogging with BTS. We got literally these clouds that we were praying for actually. And the good Lord saw it fit that we had it. So.
What you doing on the floor for? So these clouds just rolled in and literally we're so happy because we were hoping that the opening shot of this would be a little moodier and not so full sun. So thank you, God. You're just kind of popping the clouds in for us, literally at the exact time that we need it. Well, when they open the castle, we need the 1200D here acting as if it's that sunlight that we had earlier. Filming a castle. Filming a castle. Filming a castle. 2, 1, action.
Because George was able to come to the shoot, I took it upon myself to worry about the weather and a lot of the logistics stuff going on while the shoot was happening. And I'm looking at my radar on my phone and I start looking up in the sky and it starts raining.
We got to get all of the crew. We got to get all of the actors. We got to get all the people inside. And then we rush and we get our video village packed down as much as we can. We get our tents out, tarps, whatever we have to do. We didn't film a lot of this process because we're in panic mode because we don't want all of our gear to get soaking wet. We're cramming it in to this little area between these big red gates so that we can pack it all in. And so we probably have anywhere from an hour to 2 hours of where we know it's going to be raining during that time. All right, well, that was a rush, but we had to drop Video Village down a bit because the storm that we hoped for came, and it came a little too aggressively. So we are gonna have to take about a 2-hour break is what we're thinking. So we're assuming that we're gonna have like a 2-hour gap. It starts pouring rain and then it does start to slack off, and we're looking at the radar and we're like, there's a possibility that we're just getting the edge of this. So I kind of make the risky, bold decision to say, let's just get out there and let's keep grinding.
We always try to embrace a challenge and make it work in our favor. So the rain actually kind of helped us because the story is, it's this big scary castle that, is actually okay. And you can actually get in as like a member of this credit union. So we used it as like a dark to light theme and it ended up working out really well. A ray of sunshine flooded down from the heavens onto this glorious, glorious castle that we had rented. And I knew that that meant we were going to get to finish. So we sprung right back into action. We set everything back up from where we had broken it down for the rain, and we're getting back in the mindset, ready to shoot the rest of the commercial.
Okay, we're about to start rolling on our kind of tight shots, our main dialogue. This is where all the humor comes from, so we're really excited. Our main actor, Ben, is about to crush it. So this setup's really cool. I mean, look how awesome this all looks. And we got a lot of angles to get, so we're about to knock it out. Quiet on set, please.
Come on. All right, let's go.
That was awesome. Oh, that was the best take so far.
How do you feel about their surprise reaction? Good?
Yeah, big surprises though. We're really happy.
He's got non-stop bangers over here.
Just back to back, bro. Come on in. You know what I mean? So it's like a tone shift.
He did his thing where he goes, it's a tone shift.
So one of my favorite parts of being on a shoot, everybody is very goofy. It's literally like a group of friends filming legitimate things, and then everybody around it is affected because they actually see our friendship playing a role and we know what we're doing. Even though it may look like we're just simple guys from a simple town, but we're very extraordinary in that way. And I think that's why I love seeing our team thrive on any shoots.
To be honest, I think this is like one of the best times I've ever seen us work together. Like everything would just clicked. Everything worked like it should have, because we were all working together. If someone said, hey, I need this done, or hey, we need this done, it got done quickly and efficiently. And probably the hardest we've all worked on stuff here at Seed, but also it's the most rewarding as well, because we know the end product is going to be something that we're going to be happy to see, the client is going to be happy to see, and hopefully the audience is happy to see.
And now we're getting close to being done. We're doing some of the last shots, and I just had such joy out of just staying there and looking at our setup with all the gear and all the people and just being like, wow, we're doing it and we're almost done. It's going pretty smoothly other than the rain. Everybody's crushing it. Everybody's super prepared, and I'm just really happy with how it's going.
You can even look at all of them a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you do when he says action, will you look at all of them and then look right at Ben?
Yeah.
No secret handshakes needed. Come on in.
Thank God we got out there. We got the clouds in the shot. but it did not pour rain on us the entire time. We ended up having enough time to finish the shoot.
We are done. Woo! Uhuburg! Except we didn't get drone shots, we gotta get that. But we're basically done, the actors are leaving. Great success, could not have gone better. Could not have gone better, really don't think so.
George came in the clutch.
Yeah! Yeah, George came, that was awesome.
Dawson kept his head.
Yeah!
Parts of it.
Parts of it.
I knew the hard part was over. I mean, we had to pack up, but I knew George was gonna edit it. So I was like, I'm good. I just gotta give him notes whenever he asks for it.
So while we're all celebrating, crew is happy, actors are happy, we did it, the shoot is over. That's only half the battle. We still have to edit this and hope that it looks good. So I've got my work cut out for me with this edit. There was a good bit of post-production graphics and things that I had to do. I added a couple logos and banners to some of the drone shots, the top shot of the castle there. I did some other stuff. I removed some windows on the side of the castle. I removed some ramps, some plugs. There was like a security camera. I actually added a couple of guards as well because we only had 4 guards. I wanted 2 more in those top kind of spire things. One of the biggest and hardest things I did was actually changing the doors from bright red to kind of a pale muted blue because those are the brand colors for our client. That one was tricky because changing the color red is not exactly easy because there's so much red in human skin tones and things like that when you start affecting the red in the shot, it's gonna affect the skin tones because I have to think about all of that stuff to make it look as natural as possible to get it to a point where when you see the commercial, you think the doors on the castle are blue. I'm so relieved and excited that we have finished. I know, man, it would have been nice to have like 2 or 3 days of filming instead of 1 day. We were done.
We did it, brother. Let's go.
You know, I start going into that mode of, it could have been better, it could have been better, it could have been better. But then I remember a saying that I say it to everyone at Sea Creative, done is better than perfect. We had a day to film. We gonna make it look as good as it's gonna look, and no one is gonna notice or care, and that's exactly what has happened. The story moves. We matched the lighting the best that we could. I did some post-production stuff to help the light, and I think it looks fantastic.
The client is very happy with it. I can't wait for it to start airing, and I especially can't wait to do it all again, brother. That's what we do.
What it was like to step up on many different roles, especially taking on this behind the scenes challenge, right, as I call it. I actually was very confident. I've been really practicing with the gear for a few months prior. Didn't like where I was creatively, and I didn't want to be stuck. So when Nick challenged me and was like, hey, our guys can't make it, can you do BTS? I said, sure, because I already had the vision in mind. Oh, and I'm very happy, like, hey, y'all, like, cameras, y'all see me, right? Like, yeah, I'm producing this whole thing. What up? So it's definitely like honestly like a dream come true because now I can really put this on the resume. Not only that, I can say like the team has helped me and didn't just be like, all right, go do it, and just left me to the wolves. Like, man, it's been fun.
Working on this project was an incredible experience, and it was because of the problems that we faced. Nick will tell you this. He's been around long enough to know I love it when we have obstacles that we are capable of overcoming, and our client and the people that we're working with never knew that there were any issues. I had stuff that I was dealing with the loss of a loved one. We had Jordan, who was shooting some behind the scenes and had a lot riding on this because this is one of the first things that he has done to kind of overcome that imposter syndrome. This is by far the biggest project that Nick has ever worked on, where he was really in charge for the most part for a majority of this production. When it came down to it, when I showed up, everything was basically ready to go, and all I had to do was direct. And then, of course, we have Adam, who had to travel all the way from Tennessee to come out here. We had Jacob getting a flat tire. And then the big thing, Dawson having brain surgery and then still being a monster and being able to come out on this shoot just a few months after brain surgery. I mean, how incredible. This production means a lot to us, not just for the product that we created, but the fact that we got done and created a product at all. That was God's hand was all over this project for so many reasons, and I'm so thankful and blessed that I was able to share it with the Seed team.
I was just really proud, and I'm really glad that this is not only a tale of a successful project, but it's a tale of all of us getting stronger together.
Without further ado, I would love to show you a little bit of the edits.
Do you think we'll get in?
I heard only a king could get in. It's gonna be fun. Shh. How may we help you?
Well, we'd like to join this fine establishment, sir, but just lonely travelers.
Why are you talking like that?
I'm trying to speak their language.
This isn't some exclusive castle. It's APCU Center Park. You're in!
Unlike a bank, APCU Center Park is member-owned and open to all.
For over 100 years, APCU Center Park hath treated our members like royalty. Join today.
Credit union membership eligibility and credit qualifications apply. Federally insured by NCUA.